Welcome to Floral and Fauna. Floral and Fauna is one of our great collections we have for the garden this season. And what's really exciting about it is all the elements of surprise that you'll find in this collection. There's so many wonderful things and so many whimsical things that just will bring your home and your garden to life. And as you can look at some of the new products here, this is what I'm talking about, that element of surprise. We see these new lanterns that will light up and illuminate any backyard party or your garden, but I think these new rocks are incredible. Here's a new set that we have. It comes the two assorted, or you can also get the larger one. Now, what really makes this a little more special than just being a rock that lights up is that they come with a rubber seal on the bottom that will help resist water, so you can put these outside in your gardens. It's a great accessory because we're all looking for anything that will light up our night. As you continue here in this Flora Fauna, you're going to see the color of blue come alive. Blue is another strong color, and it's strong through this next season. We have so many new things in different shades of blue. Nothing better than these butterflies that are captured in acrylic. We have them in a few different styles. I just think they're beautiful. This shows a little bit of an aqua blue. We also have some that have a little bit deeper into the navy, white, and a little pastel yellow. But the color just comes alive, and it just helps our blue garden and our Flora Fauna. You're also going to see some new containers. We introduced containers similar to this in the last couple seasons, and they've been so popular we brought them in some new colors. This and this light blue, it's almost got a little bit of a gray effect to it, and then a larger one. Not only can you put our Fia flames in there, but our regular simplex candles look great in them too. But either way, they're great pieces to have. If you're looking more for periwinkle, well, we have that too. A new set of lanterns here with that periwinkle color on the outside of it. In our garden too, you're going to want to address the walls. So many of us are looking for items that we can hang on the side of our brick walls or our side of a fence. But the outside, we've come up with some new wall art that would be beautiful for the outdoor. They're sculpted, they're embossed with botanicals on it, and this whole section is really inspired by botanicals. But I think these are very handsome. We also have it in some square art up there, and you'll see on the other side of the room it comes, the oval and the round pattern comes in a soft minty green shade. The colors of Flora Fauna continue. I said the blues are going to be strong, and here we're showing a lot of the blues and the greens together with some new pieces. This garden is all about the whimsy and that element of surprise, so you're going to see some fun-loving bunnies in there. These are done with that sisal grass, and they're just beautiful sculpts. I really enjoy their long ears. They are posable, so you can bend and shape and put them into whatever you'd like, just to make them come alive. Another set of stones we have here that light up. The other ones were a little more gray. This is a little more opaque, so it gives you a different variation of those light up stones for your garden. I can see people taking these stones and lighting their pathways. There's so many different applications with these, or even just doing a grouping of them on a table with some floral pieces with it. Some new little sculpts we have in these birds. They're whimsical, they're fun, they have little colorful succulent flowers on their hats just to decorate them and bring them to life. New containers with a little surprise. Look at these containers. They are metal, but they have these bright gold legs on them for just that little element of surprise, something different in the garden that we haven't done in the past. The colors continue in Flora Fauna. From the soft pastel shades, we go to a little bit more brighter palette over here. We've introduced some new wall art and paintings. We've got a couple birds with bright yellow breasts, and then this one I'm particularly fond of. It's got pastel poppy blossoms in there. I really like how the peach comes through, and the grasses and almost the illusion of the ocean or the water behind it. It's a beautiful print, and because of all the color in it, I could see this doing well in a lot of people's homes because I can see this in a blue room, I can see it in a peach yellow. There's so many different colors you can pull out and make this happen in your stores or in someone's home. Some new floral we have with the poppy blossoms in the pink and the peach, which really complement this picture very, very nicely. Textiles are also big. When I was showing you the blue area before, you need to stop and take a moment and look at the other pillows that we have over there. There's some beautiful shades of blue with birds and flowers on them. And here we have a fun pillow with our botanical leaves and some little playful bunnies in these beautiful coral and pink shades jumping through there. Some coordinating pots here that bring out that same pattern in two different sizes. Work great as little planters to host maybe a little coral colored geranium or something in there. Light is big, and we've shown you our light up rocks. We also have some new spheres with butterflies and blossoms of the garden in these bolder shades in Flora Fauna. Flora Fauna also has a little bit of element of surprise again, where the color is gone. We're also showing and featuring some black and white pieces here. This artwork is exceptional. They're almost abstract or contemporary blossoms, dogwood, or even maybe a poppy. I'm not sure exactly what the artist was doing, but they're beautiful prints together or separately. And then maybe a whimsical picture of just three little black and gray birds. Flora Fauna continues, and we've talked about some of the colors going from blues to pastels into the brighter, bolder colors and the addition of black and white. Over on this side, I had mentioned earlier the wall sculpts in the softer green that's got sort of that minty green or sage green with a whitewash over it. They're really attractive, and I love the dimension that they have with the sculpt embossed on there. You'll see some new wreaths that have some beautiful blossoms, and this is one of our new ones this year. This collection comes in a wreath and a coordinating little pick or bundle there, and it's got beautiful tulips, berries, and a little whimsical butterfly flying through. Some new pieces that I have to share with you. I love these rabbits this year. They're metal. They come in two different styles. This one's standing and she's holding her umbrella as she's shopping with her purse, maybe on the way to the store. The other one, this one is really attractive, and he's also a shelf sitter. So if I turn this around, I think you might be able to see the base. It's very heavy metal in the back, sets very nicely on the shelf, and he's also carrying his umbrella. Some new sculpts with floral botanical, almost in a chalk paint on there. I sort of think they're really interesting in the shades of green and yellow coming through. They're botanical, but they also almost have a cacti feeling with it. So I can see them in so many other different settings and not just in the garden. So a few more of our light up spheres here. It comes as a set. The other one showed those beautiful butterflies with those bold colors. This one is more pastel in color. It's got more of the oranges and purples coming through, and it hosts not only a little butterfly, but there's bees and dragonflies in there. On this lower shelf, you're going to see a little bit more, I would call it a feminine side of Flora Fauna. They're very soft colors, and last season we introduced a series of butterflies that were natural wood with sort of a whitewash over it. This year we brought it in with just a little hint of that coral or that pink shading into it. Again, a couple new blossoms with almost that chalk finish. I think they resemble a tulip, or I'm not sure what the flower is, but they're beautiful. And some sculpted candle holders that are rosettes for our simplex taper candles. And then over here, some new sculpts with just the blossom of flowers that outline the shape of a bird and a butterfly. The colors here are soft with that whitewash effect over everything. But again, this is all about that element of surprise, and I see the elements changing and surprising here because we've got all of this soft, and then all of a sudden we punched it with a bright, sleek bird that has this polished glaze on it that just helps bring all that intense color, and you feel it in all of the pieces. Don't be afraid of mixing some of the bolder pieces with some of the softer things. I think that's what makes Flora Fauna special. I know that makes it special for me. I remember when I was a kid, my parents had a wall sculpture, a piece of art on a wall. And when I look at this piece, it just takes me back to my childhood because they had a tree that had all these metal leaves and everything on it. And this is so retro, it just takes me back to my childhood. And I think that's what I really like about it, is all the memories I had from there, but it's now we're reliving and retrending some of these old thoughts. And this tree is exceptional. I really like the bold brassy gold color in the veining of all the branches, and then this beautiful patinaed leaf that's on there to contrast against it. I think it's awesome. And the vertical format of this tree, it just, to me, when I look at this, I would buy more than just one. I would group it with multiple of these trees, like you're creating a forest on your wall. Create your own landscape with the trees at different levels. I think this would be a beautiful concept and a beautiful piece of artwork in anyone's home. The colors down there with all these pastel colors are reflected in some of the other new products down here. This owl set of 3, they're planters. They're fun, they're whimsical, they got great patterns and coloration on them, and beautiful big eyes. Talk about the element of surprise. Our garden has a squirrel, but check out his tail. It's beautiful, delicate, intricate blossoms in this beautiful shade of rose pink. And that's the exceptional quality of this, is that it's different from anything else you've probably seen. And I think that's really interesting. And the detail on him is incredible. And he's holding a little pine cone as he's eating. This sculpt of the squirrel, it also has a couple little friends, as you can see down on this shelf. There is a fox and a hedgehog. Some other elements that I think are interesting in Flora Fauna are some of the new vases. They're combined with metal. These two actually hang, so you can hang them from a trellis or maybe a garden stake or your patio. There's so many different things or places you can put them. They're not only just good for outside, but I can see these pieces inside. A few little blossoms in there. We also have some tabletop versions. This is a trio with 3 vases, another trio over here with 3, one with 4, and then a single. These pieces are beautiful and exceptional, which I think they would go with any one of our collections. So don't forget them when you're in the garden. Take them to wherever you need them in your home. Flora Fauna is all about that element of surprise. And when I walked through this garden, I told you, you're going to be surprised. So take a moment, check out Flora Fauna. I'm sure you'll enjoy the surprises there.